Hello, this is Chef Brad, America's Grain Guy, and I want to take a moment and show you how to make challah bread. We got this wonderful recipe from our friends in New York. I have it memorized, and we're going to show you how to do it the Chef Brad method in the Wonder Mix. The problem with the recipe, you've been struggling with the recipe, the problem with the recipe is you're trying to do it by the hand method or older methods, where with the Wonder Mix, the beauty about the Wonder Mix is you take away all that extra prep and time, and your bread comes out quicker and better in just a few minutes. So I'm taking your exact recipe and I'm going to do it with my method that is tried and true, perfect. So we have all of our ingredients here. We have eggs, oil, sugar, yeast, and margarine, and salt, and water, and flour. I'm going to do my method. So the Chef Brad method is, the first thing you do is you take your water, and we have hot water, and we're going to pour it in. And then we're going to pour in our sugar, our oil, our salt, measured perfectly by the way, our margarine, room temperature, our eggs, and then this is an important part about the Chef Brad method. We have all of the liquid ingredients in there. Now we're going to add about half of the flour. Your recipe calls for 5 pounds of flour. I have a nice big bucket of flour here. We're going to put in about 3 pounds of flour to start with. And then your instant dry yeast, we're going to pour this on the top of the flour. This is really important that you get this process down. Is what happens is the yeast, it's an instant yeast. When you put it on there and you start mixing, it's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. So we have all of the liquid ingredients in there. Everything the recipe calls for. The yeast is on top. Now we're going to turn on our machine. Now this is the most important part of the recipe. You quit adding flour when it pulls away from the sides, no matter what the recipe tells you. Your recipe calls for 5 pounds of flour, but it may not need that much, or it may need a little more, depending on the flour, the humidity in the air, the moisture absorption of the flour. So let your mixer, that's why we love the Wonder Mix, it tells you when to quit adding the flour. So we're going to turn it on. Now let me explain the process. On your recipe, you added things, and then you kneaded, and then you turned it off, and then you turned it on and added, and then kneaded again, and then you took it out and you let it rise twice. That's why your bread, or once, that's why your bread isn't turning out the way you want it. With the Wonder Mix, I'm not going through all those processes. I basically cut out all the processes you've done. We've added in here. We're going to only knead it for 6 minutes. If you knead this, like your recipe called for 15 minutes, it's going to build the gluten up and then tear it apart. You've destroyed the integrity of the bread. So with this, the Wonder Mix, that's why you buy the Wonder Mix, is it takes away all that time, and in 6 minutes kneading time, I'm going to have the perfect dough. And then I'm going to take the dough out and let it rise till it's double. And then I'm going to form my loaves, let it rise and bake it. I've taken a lot of time out, but in the end you're going to have a better, more beautiful loaf of bread. So we're going to turn on our mixer, we're going to add flour until it cleans the sides, and then 6 minutes, I'm going to show you what the dough looks like in 6 minutes. In this dough, I made the bread. This dough is beautiful. The recipe is amazing. And when you do it, the Chef Brad method, you're going to have perfect bread every time. And probably about half the time that you normally get it when you do it, the method that you've been using. So we're going to turn this on. Riding the flour, remember, when it starts to clean the sides, stop with the flour, and that's when you start your timer for 6 minutes. Okay, it's been 6 minutes. A little trick I learned to get the dough out of the bowl is right before you turn it off, just drizzle some oil right down the side, and then turn it off. And now I'm going to put a little bit of oil in this bowl. We're going to take a look at our dough. It's beautiful. 6 minutes, remember, 6 minutes is all you need to knead the dough. If you do longer than that, you're going to destroy the integrity of the dough. So right here we have this beautiful dough. I'm just going to dump it out in here with that oil. It just comes right out. Tiny bit in the stuck on the post, but pull that out. And this dough, the recipe is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with your recipe. The only thing is the method you've been using to make your challah bread. So now, I have my dough in this bowl, and I'm just gonna fold it in. And I just wanna show you the beautiful texture of this dough. It's absolutely beautiful. It's silky, the gluten is worked up in it. It's perfect bread dough. So we're gonna put this in here, cover it with the cloth, and when it's double its size, then we're gonna divide it and form our loaves. And it's how you want to do it. I actually, out of this batch, I got 3 2-pound loaves of bread. Actually, I did 2 2-pound loaves and 4 smaller loaves. And it's absolutely beautiful bread. I formed my loaves after it was doubled, let it rise. Formed my loaves, let it rise till it was a double again, and then I baked it in the oven. Preheated 400 degrees and then dropped the temperature to 350 for about 25 minutes to 30 minutes. I just want to slice into this bread and show you the beautiful texture of this bread. It's absolutely beautiful. The Wondermix makes beautiful bread every time, all the time. Just follow the Chef Brad method and you will have success every time you use your Wondermix. This is America's Grain Guy. Hope to see you soon. Have a great day.